Hi friends, today we're going to continue on with word problems, but now we're going to be talking about compound interest. Compounding really is just how many times they add interest to your balance. It can be a good thing if you have a savings account. It can be a bad thing if it's on a loan or a credit card, then it's just more money that you have to pay them. Our equation, A is just the total amount paid. That's going to be part of our equation every time, just the A. We're going to be filling in numbers for our P. Principal amount is just the amount you start with, or the amount you borrow. R, just like we were doing on growth and decay, R is our interest rate. Again, you have to do the percent divided by 100. N, that part is new to us. N is the number of times that they're compounding it. Now, they will tell you how many times it's compounded per year, or they're going to use one of these words. Annually would mean N is 1. Quarterly would mean N is 4. Monthly would mean N is 12. And daily usually is 365. 366 if it's a leap year, but for our purposes, we'll be doing 365. And then T is just, I should say the N is part of both of these. And then our T is just how many years has gone by. So let's look here. You deposit $1,000 into an account with a 5% annual interest rate. How much is in the account after 3 years? So we're starting with $1,000. It says it's a 5% interest rate, so we have to do 5 divided by 100, which is 0.05. N, they say it's annual. So according to our little table up here, annual means N equals 1. And then they said 3 years. So T, the time is 3. We also need to do N times T. So N times T is 1 times 3, which is 3. So we're going to write our equation first, and then we'll find the answer. So A equals our principal or starting value, which is 1,000, times 1 plus our rate, which is which is R, divided by N to the power of N times T. So let me again just show you where each of these is coming from. Our principal is 1,000. That's how we got that. Our rate was 0.05. That's where that came from. Our N was 1. That's where that came from. And then our T was 3. So then we did N times T, 1 times 3 to get 3. All right, you'll put this whole thing in the calculator to figure out then the total money in the account after 3 years would be $1,157.63. So for doing nothing, you just put $1,000 into the account, and then after 3 years, now you have $1,157.63. So got another one. You invest $2,000, so that's our initial amount, at a 4% interest rate. So 4 divided by 100 is 0.04. Compounded quarterly. Up here, quarterly means N equals 4. How much money do you have after 5 years? So in this case, T is 5, but I need to do N times T for my equation. So 4 times 5 is 20. So if we write this, A equals our starting value times 1 plus our rate divided by our N. So 0.04 divided by 4 to the power of N times T. so to the power of 20. And if you put that in your calculator, we would get that after 5 years, you would have $2,440.38. Let me put a money symbol there to label it. So again, after doing nothing for 5 years, just letting the money sit there, you would go from $2,000 to $2,440.38. So you would make $440.38 for doing nothing. All right, you save $1,500 from a summer job at an account that pays 3% interest. So we start with $1,500. The rate is 3%, so 3 divided by 100 is 0.03. And it says how it is compounded monthly. So according to up here, monthly means n equals 12. And it says how much is in there after 4 years. So t is 4, n times t, 12 times 4 is 48. So writing our equation, our final amount is our initial amount, 1,500, times 1 plus 0.03 over 12, our rate divided by our n, to the power of 48. And if you put that in your calculator, you would know that after 4 years, you would have $1,690.99 in your savings account. That's assuming you don't add any more money to it. All right, one more. You put $100 into a spare change app. So we start with $100. That earns 10% interest. So 10 divided by 100 is 0.10. Compounded daily. Daily means 365 times per year. How much will you have after 1 year? So in this case, t is 1, and times t is 1 times, or I should say 365 times 1, which is 365. So writing our equation, our final value, our starting value is 100 times 1 plus 0.10 divided by 365 to the power of 365. And if you put all of that in your calculator, you would know that after 1 year, you would have $110.52. All right, friends, there you are. Have a nice day.